Welcome back, everybody. Today we're talking about Rust Console Edition. We got the Jade Skin picks. We have a bit of a weekend review here. Some skins you don't want to sleep on. The band stuff that's happening, and our update that's going to be happening here at the end of the month, and hopefully some PTB access for people that didn't have it prior. Okay, so a skin you really don't want to sleep on, I would say it's a must, absolutely. So yes, you're saying that correctly. The door that used to be, well, I mean, it is still on old gen. It was blacked out, but it looks like in the new gen version, next gen version, it is transparent. So it is our first metal sheet door, single metal sheet door, that is transparent. So that is going for 300 Rust coins, I believe, for like another week or so. I would say it's a must. I mean, we use single pass-through airlock, so having a little window there is beautiful. So you might also be asking yourself, Jade, that's crazy. Then people can see it, so spray can it when you sign out. Bingo. So you're all set. Yeah, so that's super OP, extremely useful. Okay, so to kind of a bit of a weekend review. The band stuff should be up and live and kicking. I would say, honestly, if you've been doing it, unplug it and just stop because it looks like they're not messing around this time. And they could even go after you, like legally as well, depending on what kind of stuff you're actually doing. I know we're having another wave of bans happening on my server yet again, by the way. Good time to plug it here. Beep boop, there on the left-hand side. That's the new gen version. It's open to everyone. If you like Q-Skip, that can happen through channel membership here on YouTube. Once you become a channel member, then you go to my posts or community tab. I don't know what it's labeled as now because they've changed the name. It should be called posts. Once you're there and you are a channel member, then you can look for the members only post. It should be under that public post and then reply with your gamer tag or PSN ID. Here's the thing. YouTube's automatic system's been a little goofy, so I would recommend when you do that, put like, hey, here's my gamer tag for the server, and then put your gamer tag. Apparently, if you put like a sentence down, I guess you're less likely to be a bot or something. I don't know. Just make sure that it does go through once you post it because YouTube's been awfully fickle the last few months here, so I just want to make sure everybody gets in that gets it. And the VIP gives you Q-Skip on my server. So, very exciting. It is bumping. It is a bi-weekly server, so it is always was slightly boosted, so nothing crazy. And we definitely ban people that are cheating. So anyways, all right, so on to the next thing here. Yes, the next big update is going to happen at the end of August here, and it is cars. It is modular vehicles. And again, if you've got PTB access, Deluxe or Ultimate, you should have PTB access, even if you're PlayStation. Apparently that has been fixed, so they say. So be sure to download that and check it out because it does bring in a new monument, a bunch of new items, and the transportation really opens up for everybody because you've got motorcycles, bicycles, but also like cars, and it really opens up for like beginning to mid to late game. Yes, helicopters are amazing and they're the best. They're my favorite, but they are expensive. 750 is quite a dent in progression if you know what I'm talking about. So just put that out there. Check it out. It's awesome. New monument, a bunch of new stuff there. By the way, I know we're kind of spinning through these a lot here. There does seem to be a couple glitches. It seems like maybe some of the workbenches aren't working all the time, and some of the workbenches or tech tree are actually missing a few items. So because of that, they'll most likely drop a patch of some sort. I'm also thinking they're messing around with the engineering station or the crafting stuff as well. It is a likelihood. I don't know if it's coming out with the quality of life update, but the fact that some of those are missing out of the tech tree that should already be there is kind of a big indication. So yeah, so just be on the lookout. Some things are a little broken over there, but for the most part, you can get over there and check out the cars and stuff. You might also be asking yourself, hey, the loot tables for the car parts seem to be a little broken. You would also be correct. As of the time of recording this, the loot tables do exist. The best place to find them is obviously at the gas station or at the mining outpost. You can also buy them at Bandit Camp, but there should be more of those things spawning in the wild. But since they did have this for old gen and they turned off the spawn points, I think they forgot to turn them back on. So yeah, hopefully when they do that next like little fix thing there, it should clear all of that up. So yeah, a lot of exciting stuff. And then let's not forget, right after this month, we're going right into the quality of life update. They're not messing around. And then I think it's, what is it, the Arctic base or is it the desert base? I think it's the desert base after that. Hey, actually, we got a thing for this, don't we? Yes, we do. I think it's Arctic. Nope, it's desert first. Desert's going to be a big deal. I'm really excited to see what's in quality of life. Anyways, we'll cover more on that once it does come through. So we're going to go through the Jade Skin picks here since we flicked through most of them already. Here's the breakdown. We'll kind of break them down here, and then we say the green picks 1 and 2, and then the orange picks 1 and 2, and a little bit of rationale to hopefully help you make a decision, because buying these every week can be rather expensive. Okay, so we have Circuit Breaker Arsenal. This is the first time it's made its debut. 1,060 Rust coins. Again, if you're looking at about 2 to 3 items, usually around the third item, you probably want to think about getting the whole thing. We have the crossbow here for 400 Rust coins. No glowing parts on this, but this set is very unique. I do like just the look of it overall, but I think you'll start to see why this is so OP. I do like the no stock on the back, and then the trigger guard looks like a hook of some sort, but check this out. You ready? The only part that glows is your iron sights at the end. How sick is that? Yeah, you can see why this one's good. Oh, by the way, that was 500 Rust coins. I don't know if I said that for the Akis. Doubless barrelless is 400 Rust coins, and you maybe noticed, again, you probably don't need that as much on the double barrel because you kind of just aim it and spray, but dude, look at my stick drift. It's so bad. It's like no, well, now it's not doing it, but anyways. We have the rocket launcher for 550 Rust coins. I think this is exceptional because, buddy, look at that. You done, son. 550 Rust coins. We have the Prototype 17 for 400 Rust coins. Very sharp. And yes, the iron sights do glow, even better. And we have the bolt action for 400 Rust coins. And yes, the tip is lit. Even better. Okay, so the breakdown for this, let me see if I can remember what it was. Oh, yes, I remember now. Okay, so the green first pick is going to have to be the Prototype 17 because I love this weapon. And the glowing iron sight tip is great. And the green secondary pick is going to have to be the Akis for 500 Rust coins because the no stock and the glowing iron sights is just too good to let go. Not to mention, I think it looks really sharp. 500 Rust coins for that bad boy. Green first pick, I'm sorry, orange first pick, because we're done with the green. Orange first pick is going to have to be the Bolty. It's quite useful if you don't have like a scope or whatever. I do like this particular rifle because you don't need a scope on it necessarily like an L96. So that's a bit of an assist. So orange first pick, 400 Rust coins, bolt action rifle. And it should be no surprise that the rocket launcher is going to be the orange secondary pick for all of the reasons we stated before. That glowing tip is quite nice at nighttime. It's legit. Okay, on to the next set here. We have this Sharkitecture architecture. Say what? 1,050 Rust coins. Not bad. Tactical cylinder. We have the vending machine here. Oh, I'm sorry, the whole set's going for 1,050 Rust coins. I think I just said that. Same rules. If you have about 3 of these, you probably want to get the whole set. Vending machine here is going for 300 Rust coins. It does glow a bit, although I do appreciate the glowing on the back side because that's typically where we see it. Although if you're trying to set up a physical shop out front, this isn't terrible. Or even you get a bit of the glowing sides when you're inside your base too, because a lot of times we use these as flipped storage on the wall, at least I do. We have the Fornacio going for 350 Rust coins. We have a little rubber ducky on the top there. Did we say 350 Rust coins for that furnace? Yes. 250 Rust coins is the box here. And yes, they do glow. And it's on the important edges, long, short, and on the top. A lot of glowing surface to really kind of help delineate what's what inside of your base. A small wooden storage box for 150 Rust coins. I do think some of these can be on the bland side. I think this is probably in that category, but highly functional. I think this is probably the ugliest one when the thing's off. I do like glowing stuff, and I do like it on the locker set, but I do think it looks a little dull when you turn off the lights. You're like, you could have put some more gradient on the water. Like, it's not bad, but it could have been a lot stronger. Let's put it this way. I wouldn't put my name on it. For 200 Rust coins. Sleeping bag, 250 Rust coins. No glowing parts here. Okay, so the breakdown here should be pretty obvious. The green first pick is going to have to be a large wooden box because of its sheer functionality. Again, I think some other spots kind of go into the... If you're talking design-wise, like that's cool. The glowing, like functional, yes. Like the shark piece there with like the glowing handle kind of makes it look a little murky, muddy. But I am going to say this is the green first pick for sure because it's extremely functional. And for the same reason, the green secondary pick is going to have to be this box, even though I think the edges can be quite dull. These aren't too bad. The top isn't bad. I just find this one to be a little like, all right. You know, when it's glowing, but hey, it's functional. 150 Rust coins. Green pick, large box, and green pick secondary is going to be small box. Jeez, I'm having a stroke. Okay, so orange first pick is going to have to be the Fornacio for 350 Rust coins. I do like this one. I just think like the glowing part kind of falls off as far as the quality or like the detail that they had. Maybe not quality. That's a bit harsh, eh? And then I'm gonna have to say a vending machine for the orange secondary pick for the reasons we highlighted prior, as the edges are quite functional. It is nice to have the glowing piece on top. I don't know how functional that is for us. I do like the fact that we have at least one glowing bit on the back that we can kind of navigate inside the base, although it's rather tiny, right? Anyways, green picks. Okay, so I've got notes on this because apparently this is a repeat. By the way, before we go into this one, I don't have any examples, but there is an excellent, if you didn't know this, there is an excellent way to kind of get more skins here. Obviously, they always cost money, but what's going on is the old version of Rust is running their own sets. Some of them bleed over, some of them don't. One of the sets is a repeat over there, but it is a box set of labels and glowing and color separation. So extremely useful. I think it's like 1,000 something if I'm not mistaken. Let me see if I can find out my notes here. Well, each of the boxes are going for 225. It's like that chalkboard set. So it has like glowing on the trim. It's really nice. So if you're looking for a good like box organization one, that's a pretty hot one. The other ones are, I mean, this is over there right now, and then the other one's kind of like a dull ice set that wasn't too good. So if you're looking for a good box set, go over there. I think it's like 1,000 and change if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that. Maybe 1,500 Rust coins. Anyways, here is one of the shared repeats that we have had in the past. We bust out my notes so I'm not completely in the dark here. The full set is going for, get this, 460 Rust coins. Not bad. We have the face mask here going for, I've got it in my notes somewhere. Where are you? It's rather cheap, if I'm not mistaken. There we go. Jeez, the face mask is going for 125 Rust coins. Hello. It does seem to be a bit more useful here in New Gen because we have a lot more layers in the shaders, the way just the resolution, the detail in general on these skins tend to be a lot better. We have the road sign kilt going for 100 Rust coins. We have the pantaloons going for 100 Rust coins. We have the road sign gloves going for 100 Rust coins. Did I just do that one? I feel like I did. Hoodie, or I think we did earlier, is going for, which I think is kind of sharp, is going for 100 Rust coins. The metal chest plate going for 125 Rust coins. Again, if you're kind of looking for a, a bit of a variation, not a bad set to get as a whole piece here. Okay, so green first pick is going to have to be the pantaloons for 100 Rust coins. It does make your standard pants a bit darker. And these kind of semi-reflective surfaces kind of make it interesting. So that's my green first pick. Pants for 100 Rust coins. Second green pick is going to have to be the roadside kilt because I think this like copper trim looks pretty nice. Because remember, the standard's like a white sign with some lettering and stuff, so it kind of tapers it down. So a nice accent piece for whatever. That's a green secondary pick. Roadside kilt. Road sign kilt. I always say side for 100 Rust coins. And the road sign gloves, orange first pick. I think, again, it's a nice accent piece for most armor sets. They're going for 100 Rust coins. And we've got, what was the other one? Oh, yes, the hoodie for orange secondary pick because it kind of gives your standard hoodie a metallic look. So this is going for 100 Rust coins. Orange secondary pick. Ta-da! Yes, and I know we covered this before, but honestly, this tugboat door, I think it's 300 Rust coins if I'm not mistaken. Let me check. I think it is. Pretty sure it is. 300 Rust coins, it is. Confirm. For the sheer fact that we do have a visible port on the side, and yes, you can actively change those with the spray can. A lot of times you have this in like your airlock on the front side of the base, so I think this is extremely functional. One of those things like the camoed backpack, the basic backpack last set we had, also like one of those things you kind of just have to get, I think, to kind of stay competitive if you want to. But anyways, there you go. That's the skins breakdown, the Jade Skin picks. We got the layout here. We got a lot of exciting stuff happening. If you haven't had a chance to jump on PTB, I'd highly recommend it. And make sure you're sending in accurate reports both on my custom server be accurate about who it is, what they're doing, and also do the same thing on main branch because they are not messing around. And let's clean up Rust and make it spectacular. You know what I mean? It's the plague that's been upon us for so long, and I want it removed so badly so we can just enjoy the game as it was intended. So, yeah, exciting times, and hopefully we'll see you on the server or in the next video. Love you. Bye.